What's going on, everyone, and welcome to Movie Emporium's news of the day, or a story I want to talk about because I'm super excited it's finally happening. If you like what you see, of course, hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium. Hit that notification bell at the top to find what's coming next. If you like any of the videos, awesome. Hit that like button and comment below on any video that you watch, including this one. So, Willow, and you'll see, you probably already know where I'm going with this, is one of my favorite, not favorite, but it's one of the movies I watched as a kid. I love this film to death. It's directed by Ron Howard, has Warwick Davis, Val Kilmer. It's just a good fantasy movie. It's a fun fantasy movie. It's a over the top goofy fantasy movie, but it's a movie that really showcased Warwick Davis in a good light of a character actor who is very much a nerd himself. He really is, but he's so much fun to watch in this, and Val Kilmer's so much fun to watch in this. And it was just a good film that was produced by George Lucas. You know, it gave us Warwick Davis, who was in Star Wars and Harry Potter, and all these movies and whatnot. And it just gave us a good fantasy adventure. It gave us characters that we really liked. So it's been rumored for so long that there was going to be a sequel movie. It's been rumored for a while that maybe a TV series was going to happen. And we got some new news, or got some actual confirming news that Willow series gets greenlit at Disney Plus with John M. Chu to direct the pilot. Now, John M. Chu, of course, directed Crazy Rich Asians. I think he actually directed the upcoming In the Heights, which has got pushed back to the 2021. And I'm really excited because, like I said, once again, I love this series. But this comes from Deadline, and Peter White wrote the article. It says the Willow television adaptation has been handed a series order at Disney Plus. Disney Plus is going to knock out of the park in the next couple of years. Crazy Rich Asians director John M. Chu will direct the pilot for the series, which is slated to begin production next year, which is awesome. This comes 18 months after news of development of the adaptation of this movie, directed by Ron Howard, a story by George Lucas. The fantasy film starred Warwick Davis as a reluctant farmer. We all know he has magic and there's a baby in it and stuff like that. Madigan, all that good stuff. Chu will also serve as executive producer along with showrunners Jonathan Kasdan, interesting, Wendy Miracle, interesting. Jonathan Kasdan wrote the pilot. And I'm glad Jonathan Kasdan's getting work because Solo was really nice to watch. He worked with his father, Lawrence Kasdan. Ron Howard will, of course, come back as executive producer. I really hope Ron Howard directs at least one episode in this series, which would be really cool. Producers, of course, Kathleen Kennedy, Michelle Redwan, Jonathan Kasdan, Wendy Miracle. Will also serve as executive producers, Rupesh Parkau and Hannah Friedman, co-executive producers, Julie Cooperman as producer. It's going back to Wales, where much of the original film was shot. The series marks Lucasfilm's first venture into a non-Star Wars storytelling since 2015, and it will take place years after the events of the original film, which has already been talked about. It introduces all new characters to the enchanted realm of fairy queens and two-headed Ivorisk monsters, and welcomes back its hero, Willow Ufgood, played once again by Warwick Davis. John Chu says, growing up in the 80s, Willow had a profound effect on me, said Chu. The story of the bravest heroes in the least likely places allowed me, an Asian American kid growing up in a Chinese restaurant looking to go to Hollywood, to believe in the power of our own will, determination, of course, inner magic. So the fact that I got to work with my heroes from Kathleen Kennedy to Ron Howard is bigger than a dream come true. It's a bucket list moment for me. Guys, I'm telling you what, as a huge fan of this series, especially this movie, and I know people that don't like this movie, it's just fine. I'm extremely excited by this. John M. Chu has come around in the last few years. Crazy Rich Asians, as much as I thought it was a little materialistic in its nature, was a great film. It was a good film for people that are underrepresented in the world, and it's nice to see that he's given the chance to direct something that apparently was truly special to him, was truly important to him. So having, of course, Warwick Davis come back to be Willow, I'm interested to see where they're going to take this project. I know Val Kilmer's been having issues with his health the last few years, but it would be nice to see him come in this movie at some point doing something. Maybe Willow visits the castle. Maybe we see the young child in the original movie take place as the main character in this movie. We'll see what happens, but I mean, there's no real plot elements in this story that's been developed, but I'm really excited. I'm really excited to see what, of course, Jonathan Kasdan brings to the table. Like I said, John M. Chu brings to the table. I have faith that Ron Howard has some say in this movie. George Lucas, of course, doesn't really have much say because he doesn't own Lucasfilm anymore. But I think this is a great thing. I really do. I'm really excited by this. And, you know, Disney Plus, as I talk about on our Star Wars podcast with my other two friends, is a product that is really successful, but doesn't have a lot of original content. You know, if you look at the last year, there's a lot of documentaries and a lot of, you know, contest type shows and stuff like that. But we've only really gotten like maybe one movie. 'Cause we've had a couple movies, but Lady and the Tramp was the biggest one. And we had, of course, The Mandalorian, which was hugely successful, you know, Emmy nomination, Emmy award winning show. And we're getting Mandalorian season two, but now I see the wheels start turning. I mean, it was like a dry bed of nothingness, you know, outside of The Simpsons, which I love to watch, you know, when I'm sleeping. There was really nothing there for the like. Why am I paying all this money for nothing new? Which is what you want, which is why Netflix is so popular. But now we're getting this filming next year, hopefully, with the pandemic going on. We have Cassian Andor filming like in the next couple months. We have Obi-Wan filming the next couple months. We have WandaVision coming out this year. You know, I think Loki's still in the progress somewhere. It's fine. We're finally seeing the fruits of what Disney Plus was promising from the very beginning. And it's giving stuff that I'm excited for, especially Willow. I'm super excited for this show, and you have no idea how excited I was when I had my friends who work, you know, are on the Trench Run podcast kind of send me this article because I had no idea that John M. Chu was going to be directing this. I had no idea that they were even close to starting the film. But here we are, you know, it's awesome to see. So I'm really looking forward to this. I can't wait to see what happens. I hope John M. Chu delivers. I think he will. And this is exciting. So I'm really looking forward to it. So that's pretty much it. That's my long-winded take on what I am excited about this TV series. Like I said, I'm glad they're focusing on TV series because I think a Willow sequel movie might have been a little bit of a disappointment. That's just my fairly honest opinion. So with Jonathan Kasdan and John M. Chu behind the boards and Ron Howard and everybody producing, I think it's gonna be a good show. So that's it. That's my take on the Willow sequel. That is closer than I thought was gonna happen. So, anyways, let me know in the comments below. Are you excited for the Willow TV show? Did you like the movie like I did? All that good stuff. But anyways, thank you so much. If you like what you see on this channel, hit that subscribe button to join Movie Emporium. Hit that notification bell at the top to find out what's coming next. If you like any of these videos, awesome. Hit that like button, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.